Hi guys, it's Karen with Love Your Land, and you've probably seen my sweet potato slip pictures on Facebook on the Love Your Land page by now, and if you haven't, take a look. They're pretty cool. They're really beautiful actually, but a bunch of you have asked me to do a video or just ask me how to do it, and so I thought I'd just do a video because it's really easy, super fast. You don't need hardly any kind of materials. In fact, all you need is a sweet potato, some toothpicks, 3 of them, and a glass of water. So that's literally it. My sister was here. This is when I did this, was I think it was like March 5th or 6th or something. She was leaving, literally walking out the door to get in my husband's car to go to the airport to go back home, and I saw these sweet potatoes that I've had on my counter. They're probably in every video since like December, because we bought them and they sat there, you know. Or I even looked down there, my cupboard down there, my pantry, and we found some down there as well because we just kind of forget about them. So she was walking out the door and I'm like, hey, wait, how do you do that with the sweet potatoes and the slips and like what? And so she told me what to do and I did it and it worked. So all you do is take your sweet potato. If it has been sitting around for a while, make sure that it's not like squishy or rotted anywhere, because that's just gonna rot in a cup of water. It happened to me, I had to toss it. But just make sure it's all intact. If it has little eyes or sprouting things already coming off of it, that's good. You don't wanna like break them off or throw that one away. That's the ball getting rolling, as it were. So you want that. But just take your sweet potato and you're gonna poke 3 toothpicks in it around the midsection, okay? So I already have holes in here because I had to reshoot this video. I do that a lot. So just poke them in about halfway. Where's the other hole? There it is. And put it in a cup of water. Ta-da! That's it. And then wait. Again, I did these about a month ago, maybe close to 5 weeks ago, but not quite 5 weeks ago. It was like 4.5 weeks ago. And now they look like this. So I don't know if I got really lucky. I have really honestly have no idea because I've never done this before either. But you know, I'll try it again. Whoa, we'll try it again next year and we'll see. So I have some that look like this that already have leaves on them. And these were all put in the water the same day. I have some that look like this. They're just slower to get going, but this thing's rooting. The whole potato is. This needs more water too. But it's a slower grower. It has the little slips and it actually has little tiny leaves, which I'm sure can't see from there, but they're little and they're kind of purple. But these were too, and then once they get bigger, they turn green. So they could be this size in a month, they could be this size in a month, or they could be like this big in a month. This needs more water too. Yeah, this is gonna be a problem. I'm not really sure how I'm supposed to plant this given how big it is, but I'll just bury the stem deep, I guess. So they could be this big. This goes up to here on me. If you can't see that, it goes up to my mouth. And there could also be this big. Goes up to my eyebrows. So I don't know what to tell you. I've never done this before, but I'm doing it and it certainly is working. There's no doubt about it. I needed to do the next step with these earlier and I haven't. I'll do it today though. So what is the next step? Once you get even this big, I've done what I'm about to tell you with slips even this small and it worked. The next step is you take your slips, and once they're, you know, of some size, and you want them to have like a leaf or 2 or 5. That's better than, I think, than not. And you just literally snap it right off of the potato. So let me show you this. Let me bring it up close to you and show you. And I'll also show you this so you can see how many roots are in here. It's pretty cool. Hang on. So I'm literally just going to take this, and I'm going to take a tall one here. So I'm going to take this guy right here and just snap it off. That's it. Doesn't have any roots yet, but it will. Just to show you the roots in just a cup of water once they've been snapped off. It's pretty substantial. Okay, so once you snap your little slip off of the potato itself, then just literally put it in a cup of water like that, and it's going to grow roots for you. This is kind of too many for 1 cup of water because what happens is they tend to get tangled, especially once they get really established in there. So, you know, I would put no more than just maybe 3 in a cup, but they get, can you see the roots on this thing? They get roots pretty quickly. So then once they have roots, the next step, I know this is shockingly not complicated, put them in a pot with dirt or soil. And these do have trifecta in them, just a little bit, about my normal ratio, about a tablespoon per gallon of soil for little plants like this. So they've been fed. This one I planted in here about 2 weeks ago, I think. And this one was just about 3 or 4 days ago. I just realized how big the slip itself was in the root system, so I just plopped them in some soil. So that's it on how to do it, how to make them per se. But one thing that I want to point out is really important. These are sweet potatoes. They're not grown the same as regular russet potatoes, you know, regular brown potatoes, whole other animal. In fact, and I haven't verified this, but one of you the other day just said that in fact they're not even in the nightshade family, like potatoes, peppers, potatoes, what's it called? Eggplant. They're not in that family, according to this person. I haven't looked this up. I don't necessarily super care one way or the other, but it's interesting because they in fact grow completely differently than a regular russet potato, and that's the important part to know, whatever family they're in. This is how we're gonna grow these, okay? This is how they grow. Once it's warm enough outside for tomatoes and peppers to go out, these can also go out. They have to be hardened off first, just like any plant grown inside. But we're literally just gonna plant these a few feet apart, maybe a couple feet, just like this. So it's gonna just be like in there to the soil line like that. These are gonna grow potatoes. I don't know for sure, I haven't researched it yet, but I think probably like 3 months is my guess. These are gonna grow the sweet potatoes under the ground, just from a plant just sitting there like that. Well, you know, planted in the ground. A regular russet potato, on the other hand, is totally different. If you haven't grown them, know that there's a very big difference on how these grow. Regular russet potatoes, you're gonna take the actual seed potato, put that in the ground, hill it up, or you can do them in big tubs like I do, big pots. And then as the seed potato starts to grow shoots, then you're gonna be burying those stems, backfilling it with soil all the way up, and then the potatoes are gonna grow off of that stem. We're not doing that with these. These are gonna be planted just like little cute plants in our garden, like you would plant, let's say, a cucumber. It's a good example. So you just plant it in the ground and it's gonna grow potatoes underneath. And also, again, I'm like musical plants here right now. I haven't, like I said, I haven't done a whole bunch of research on this. Like, I have done some, but I haven't totally ironed the whole thing out, and I've never done this before. So I'm not positive on how many potatoes per plant, but from what I gather, and I've looked at many other people's videos, harvest videos, and it seems to me that they're getting about 5 to 6 sweet potatoes per plant. Some people got a little more, some people got, you know, a dud, but that seems to be the case. So if you're trying to figure out like how many slips should I grow, base it on maybe an average of 6 potatoes per plant, and depending on how big your family is, go from there. Okay, I think that's it. I say that every time. I should really like make notes, and I don't. But anyway, that's all you need: a sweet potato, some toothpicks, and a glass of water, and patience. This will take about 2 weeks for it to get like this. Or at least in my case, it took 2 weeks. Again, I don't know if I'm getting really lucky here or what, but this was a couple of weeks. This now has been about a month, and I've taken off 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 2 that I just took off in here for this video because I shot this twice, and then these 2. So I've taken 4 off of this one alone, and it keeps growing new ones. There's a new one there and there. Anyway, you get the idea. If you have any questions, post a comment on Facebook. No, that's not how it goes. If you have a question, post a comment below or go over to Facebook and ask me there, and I will answer you. Okay? I'll talk to you later. Bye.